your passion because you're interested in writing. I know you were interested in filmmaking for a while, so you just kind of it seems like you had the courage just to go do it. And you said you were terrified in just even allowing yourself to present a script because you didn't know how they were going to take it at all. But it's in doing so though, and taking that risk, you actually got good feedback, which actually made your script better, right? Is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to other artists in like other kind of fields, and it sounds like it's similar because you're always starting from a place of something that's in your own mind, and it's when it's in your head, it's great, right? Like there can be nothing wrong with it because you know see it and play around with it. But the moment you try to bring it into the real world, there's the potential that other people won't see it the same as you, and some of that could be through not being able to reproduce it like accurately to what you're thinking. And then another thing could just be people just think differently than you, so they won't see it the same way. So I mean, always the risks, and there's no guarantee that even if you make something great once, that the next thing that you make will be received as well. You know, so like it's constantly a risk that you have to deal with. Yeah, yeah, you should be as prepared as you can be, but then yeah, ultimately you can't control everything. To be willing to let some things go, and also pay attention to what opportunities present themselves because of it, and then you know really make the most of that. When you let go of like your expectations of how you want things to be, and you let like the things just kind of come in like and go with the flow, go with the moment, and you know utilize the opportunities that pop up, create something great without it even having thought of it ahead of time. Like there's sort of a magic in the moment that you can harness, and it's kind of amazing. So if you do at least some improv, you can see that, and I think it at least helps me to let go of a lot of the control.
That's very Zen. It's like the power of now. That's like Eckhart Tolle. That's his book.
I mean, it's easier said than done, right? Because I mean, I can tell you there were numerous moments where I was shitting bricks because it's like I don't know what the hell is going to happen next. That's the thing. It's the fear of the unknown because you don't know what's going to happen next. Scary. I mean, even when I know like things will work out okay, like when you're in that moment of the scariest because all you can do is keep marching forward, and then until the moment of how it's going to kind of resolve.
Why is the fear of the unknown so scary?
Well, I mean, I think we have a very strong sort of mental model of the world, and that's how we cope with every day. We sort of have this expectation of what's going to happen next, so we know what we need to do. We know what if we're anticipating it, we know how to prepare ourselves and just what it is, and then we can be relaxed. If we don't know what's going to happen next, and it could be anything, it's nerve-wracking. It's stressful because you have no idea what you're going to need to do, and it could be dramatic. Like if every moment you had to reassess the world completely, like you couldn't rely that gravity was there, that the sun was going to come up the next day, like everything was possibly changing and fluid, like you just wouldn't know what to do. Like you would be too strained because like you would have no way to judge like how to move forward. So you need enough. I think we're just then accustomed to having enough stability to feel secure, right? So stable job. We want a place to live. We want the stable food supply. Like we want friends that we know are going to be around. We want our families to be around. So we have enough expectations for how the world's going to be. That way, like then when the small things change, we can handle that because we don't have to worry about handling everything. We just have to worry about handling a few things. So I think we're kind of accustomed to trying to create control and create a future that we can expect, because then we don't have to think or reassess things. We just kind of can just do. But when it comes down to it, in reality, like a lot of things in life are not predictable or controllable. And so you do have to, find a way to deal with them. And it's just sort of a matter of what that level is, and some people, they need more security and other people don't need as much, but it's something we all kind of have to boundaries for that.
So what's the incentive, I mean, to deal with the unknown, the fear of the unknown for you? I mean, what gets you to the point where you're like, I'm going to tackle this fear of the unknown. I'm just going to get through it anyways, regardless, even though it's really scary as fuck.
Well, it's not, you don't really have a choice, because what are you going to do? Give up and go home or something, or just like keel over? But also it's because if you can get through to the other side, something great can be there, like, when we were shooting, like all the moments of like, geez, I don't know how we're going to get through this, right? Like if we just stopped and packed up and went home, like that'd be it. And all that effort and potential would just be gone and evaporated. But if you, trudge through it and like work it out, like you can end up with something amazing that's maybe potentially better than what you thought it could be.
So part of, I think, when like in the corporate world, they say in the change management, when you're a leader, you have to take a group through change. It's important to show them the vision of where you're going to end up, right? And so all the peaks and valleys that you got to go through, you have to keep showing the vision where the end is, so that people will get through all that crap to get to the end. So I'm just wondering, in this instance, does that also make sense for getting through all the scary stuff and trudging through things?
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I mean, yeah, sort of the analogy would be, picking a point on the horizon, like say, this is where we're hiking to. So you're kind of focused on that and not, about like, how long is it taking? Like, are we going uphill or downhill or whatever? Like, yeah, by having a goal and something kind of far enough, once you get through the sort of the hardships, you kind of forget about it. I mean, later on you can sit down and kind of reminisce and remember, but I mean, like, because you're still focused on reaching the end goal. Like once you get through it in the short term, you're not thinking about the hardship of it. You're still just thinking about how much closer you're getting to the goal.
Okay.
It's kind of that focus, because then you're focused on a positive thing and not on the negative.
That's how you get through all the hardships, because you're focused on the positive thing is you're focused on a goal of what you're going to get to, all the good things that are going to happen, and not all the crap that you have to deal with to get there.
Well, also there's a little bit of a rush when you do get through hardships, right? Like at the end of the day, when the shoot was hard, like, we'd sit there and, pop open a beer or whatever, like cook some stuff on the grill and then relax. And that's sort of like, like we were able to get through it. And then kind of that camaraderie, it kind of feels good. It's like sort of an endorphin rush, like after you're running, there's, what's the word? There's like something good that you feel after getting through a hardship. Yeah, as long as you don't stop, as long as you don't quit, you're not really failing. You're just learning how to do it.